Guys, welcome back to my channel. So I was thinking of something interesting to do for my next video, and I have like a lot of video ideas written down, and I'm just like, can I step away from like that and just think of something that's like on my mind and it's very, that is so rude, I'm trying to film a video, don't they know? Anyways, it's blistering hot, I shouldn't even be out here. You know, so I'm just trying to think of like what's something that's on my mind today, that like something that's going through my mind that I could make a video about and that might be able to kind of like help people or someone might want some advice on, and while also pertaining to my life, and some people, and it might be kind of unusual or uncommon or something I've had experience in, and that's taking someone's virginity. Now, it's a very personal thing to, like, film a video about because, like, I kind of, I'm not, like, proud of it, but, like, because, like, you get, like, a lot of different reactions. Like, people are, like, because, I mean, I don't even know, it kind of makes me uncomfortable just to, like, share. Because when I'm with my friends, I might kind of like brag about it. I'd be like, oh yeah, I took so-and-so's virginity. And then like in another hand, like when I'm going through it, like going through with it, like I'm like, oh my god, is this a bad idea? Like, should I not do this? And then like afterwards, I'm like, oh my god, I feel really bad about it. And then, you know, so it's been different each time. And that's the thing. I've taken someone's virginity, like, I've taken 4 people's virginity. And I'm not out to get virgins. I mean, they just come to me. So, it's kind of like a compliment. And, I guess, I mean, I get kind of nervous taking someone's virginity because I'm so good. Like, I know they're going to come back for me. No, I'm just kidding. But, you know, it's a very attaching thing. I'm still friends with the person who took my virginity, so I do think that there is an attachment there. I definitely wasn't, like, crazy for the guy or anything like that, but, you know, it can happen, and you get attached, and I still often, like, I mean, I might be going in for a FAP sesh, and I would, like, still think about it, because it was, like, that good. But yet, at the same time, it wasn't. I think it's only so good because it's like the first time. Anyways, so the first person's virginity I took was when I was 17, and it was my 16-year-old boyfriend at the time. Funny story is, some things happened after that, and I'm not quite sure if I actually did take his virginity. And another funny thing is that every guy whose virginity I've taken and they were bottoming, they've taken it like super duper well. And I, however, did not at all take a dick well until I was in my mid-20s. So some are meant for it and some aren't. Or some are made for it and others require a little bit of work. So, like, a long time. Yeah, you have to be pretty devoted to become a good bottom if you're not just one naturally. So the second time was when I was, oh my god, I took 2 virginities that year. No, maybe I was 16. I may have been 16. My first, oh, I just said them in the wrong order. Oh my god, he would be like, well, he hates me already, but like, he would be like so, that's like so offending that I just thought of this other guy before him. So my second boyfriend, I also took his virginity, as with a boy at least. He had had sex with girls before, but I was like, he came out because of our relationship, and it was really, that relationship is like such, like, I do think that he may have been like my first, I don't know if I've ever been in love. I think I've been in love, and if I wasn't in love with my first boyfriend who I dated for 2.5 years, I definitely was in love with my second, who I broke up with my first to be with, and we had a very special relationship, and taking him coming out, and just the way our relationship unfolded, it was like a story. It was like something out of a movie. Like it would for real be like a Love Simon type thing. And like he came out, and like we had like some of the best sex I ever had in my life, and he was incredible. And yeah, so we're gonna say V1, V2. I just told you. Yeah, it was questionable if he was a virgin. I mean, because next thing I know, I'm like, it's kind of funny. I got my genital piercing the same time as I had sex with him for the first time, and his first time, and right after it happened, like I like had like an infection down there, and I was like, oh my god, this is gotta be for my genital piercing. He was a virgin, right? Go to the doctor. Nope, that was my first VD, and it was like chlamydia, gonorrhea, and talking about this in a video. And yeah, the doctor was straight up like, he was not a virgin. And I was like, I still don't believe the doctor. Anyways, the third person was, I guess we're skipping to like 25. This guy was a neighbor of mine, and I think this is like the third guy. He was a neighbor of mine, and he was a virgin both ways. The gays know what I mean. Well, actually, I could say both ways with boys and girls, because he was a virgin with boys and girls, and also like the top and the bottom. But he didn't have interest, and there's just a fly harassing me right now. He didn't have any interest in bottoming, and like I don't know where I was in my like learning how to bottom and only being a top at that point, but I totally let him hit it. And oh my god, like I felt like I was the worst ever bottom for him, and I was like, there's no way that he was gonna like it. Turns out he like got super attached to me, and I mean, I was like, oh my god, like that was the worst sex ever. Like it was horrible as far as like kissing, and like the sex was bad, and it didn't last very long, and I really, really hurt. And yeah, so that was that. And now the last one, we would say V4, is my current boyfriend. And I have to say, it was one of the better. Well, they were all good. But the last one, he was the best. definitely the most fun guy, and it's really special because we're still together, and dating a virgin is like a video in itself. And then I was also really concerned with taking his virginity. I was concerned with taking all of the virginity, but they're like, you know, the last two guys, they lost their virginity so late in life. They were both kind of just like eager to do it, and they thought I was just as good as the next guy to do it. So I was kind of like, I understand that. I understand, like, you know, and there's kind of like a novelty to it, like, oh my god, like, you're good at sex, you're a porn star, and like, you know, just kind of like, I get that, and so I gave it to them. So like, being someone who has taken 4 people's virginity, I'm gonna give you some like tips if you like are dating a virgin, or if it's something that you're considering doing. One, considering like I just described his last relationship, he was ready to have sex very early on in our dating, and I wasn't, because I was looking out for him. I wanted to make sure that I was ready to deal with the repercussions of taking his virginity, and it comes with a responsibility. So not everyone will have that responsibility on their mind, and their partner who they're having sex with isn't also going to put it on you, but it's something that you should be aware of. So be aware of the responsibility that it comes with. Be considerate of the other person while you're having sex. Don't be considerate and patient. Being patient will go like a long way. As far as their experience goes and yours, guys are so quick to just like get in, get on, and get on with it. Like, it's really, really frustrating. And since I've had the experience of like learning how to bottom, I'm a great top for a bottom, especially who's learning how to bottom. That's kind of confusing to follow. So if you're learning how to bottom, you're trying to figure it out, I'm a great guy for you, because, and that's kind of why most of them have all wanted me to do that. So be patient, be considerate of their experience, and then most of all, just like have fun. Don't put a lot of pressure on them to be good. Don't have like an expectation that they're going to be like anything, and I think that will lead to the most successful experience. I'm like trying to think if that's all I want to say. Yeah, always be safe. Don't pressure the other person into your own, into your agenda. Like, if you're going to have sex with a virgin, make sure you're all ears for them and for their experience. Put yours aside. If it's meant to be, it will come in the future. So any of those guys that are just chasing virgins to get like a tight fit, or just for like the novelty of taking someone's virginity, who I've met guys that are like that. I think it's disgusting, and it's kind of immoral. Like, that's so not looking out for your fellow man. So I guess that's going to be the end of this video today. Thanks for tuning in. I'm having a great time making videos. I've got tons of them lined up. I've got tons of stuff happening in the future. So stay on board. All right? Have a great day.